It is the first of the year, and I just reorganized, cleansed, and have reset my working altar. And I figure it'd be the perfect time to go ahead and do the Altar Blessing Candle Spell Kit that I received for December's Witch Casket. Okay, so I figured the best way to start this today is to use the Negativity Banishing Incense that also came with the spell kit. So let's go ahead and open that up. And I have the incense disc that came with the December's Witch Casket also. And I'm going to use the candle that I just lit for a blessing for today's ritual and spell work. And watching the flame, looking at any divination that happens within the glow of it before I blow it out, and looking at any smoke divination before I begin. Alright, so it's the first time I'm using this incense disc. And let's go ahead and open the spell kit. So I do have scissors, and I also have a pencil right near here in case I need it. Hopefully I don't need anything else for the kit. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour it out. So it looks like I might need a candle holder. Okay, so there's everything that's inside the bag. So we have a candle, we have 2 bags, and the instructions. So let's give that a peek, and then I'll see if I need to pause the video for any reason to grab anything else that I need. I already know that I'm gonna need to get another candle holder. So, okay. Altar Blessing Candle Spell. A spell to cleanse and bless your sacred space. You will need a white tea candle, or a white tea light candle, rosemary, and chamomile. So pack 1 and 2. Blend a small amount of the rosemary and chamomile together. Do this clockwise with the intention to attract loving energy and blessing. Place the candle on a suitable plate or tray and encircle it clockwise with your blend. Light the candle and envision its light reaching out further and further into your sacred space until you can visualize your whole space being filled with a cleansing white light. Feel the positive vibrations filling your space as the candle burns. Once the candle is burned out, you can return your herbs to the earth with thanks. Okay, so it's a really simple spell. Let's look at the art. Oh, look at that. This month's Witch Casket, I love the artwork. It is absolutely my favorite. I think I'm gonna do a weird collage thing. Okay, so this is gonna be a really simple spell. What's good about these spells is that they are universally simple, and they can mold into anyone's practice, so it's a really beautiful thing. Alright, so let me go and get an appropriate disc to use for this particular spell. Okay, so I have decided to use my snake little dish. So you see I have a little snake coiling around, which really does embrace right now with the season of the earth being dormant, but also the energy that is stirring as the fire energy is starting to come through, moving into spring. So we're on the other side of winter solstice, And so for me, there's a lot of snake energy in my personal witchcraft. So that is the reason I chose this dish. And of course, it's a heart. Okay, so there's no words this month, but I always like to add some kind of words, something rhythmic, something that has a chant that I can work into as the candle is burning. And so I won't do that on camera, but just kind of an added element that you could do for your own personal ritual to add that personal spice, that personal energy of you. It can be anything like a poem or the chant, or maybe just listen to music that you really love, that really makes you feel witchy. That would be an amazing thing that I personally would add to this. Okay, so we're gonna open pack number 1, which is the rosemary. Okay, so we have our rosemary in there. I'm gonna open pack number 2 for the chamomile. Okay, so we have the flowers. Okay, so I'm gonna pour this into my power hand. That way I'm directing, pour it in there. Okay, so we have our rosemary and our chamomile. So I'm pouring this into my power hand so that I can blend it between my 2 hands and put my intention into this. So these herbs, the way I always look at it is I'm right now being introduced to the energy of these 2 herbs. So I work with these herbs all the time, but these particular pieces of the herb, we're like meeting each other for the first time. So I always like to have a moment to look at it, to admire it, and to just basically introduce myself before I just jump into the spell. And just a familiarity that I find works better when I respect the energy of this particular plant, as well as giving honor and respect to the spirit of the rosemary and chamomile. Okay, so rosemary in my own practice I use as kind of a foundational herb. It goes in a lot of my own personal witchcraft. I do grow it in the summertime, and so the plant, the spirit of the plant itself, we are very familiar. The same for chamomile. I also grow chamomile in the summertime. And chamomile is of course used for relaxation, for calming, but it also has a lot of healing energies. So putting these 2 together, for me personally, and my own understanding on working with these herbs, is I'm welcoming the energies of my intention, so the neutrality of the rosemary, and the healing, blessing, positivity that can come with chamomile. Putting them together has a lot of energy. I think that, yeah, the incense dust just dropped there. Putting these together has a lot of energy in whatever the intention and the focus is going to be. My nails are dirty because I was digging in the dirt today. Okay, so yeah, so now that I have spent a few moments just kind of acknowledging these plants, my understanding of them, my relationship with them, thinking about them growing in my own garden, the way they look when they first sprout until they grow and mature, my relationship with them when I'm harvesting them, when I'm drying them, and that whole process of the relationship, the spirit of the plant is what I'm going to focus on right now. Okay, so once I feel comfortable with this, I'm then going to begin my intentions. So for me personally, I bring the balance of, so you have your power hand, the hand you write with, and then your other hand, your receiving hand. So you're giving and you're receiving. So I bring that together, focusing on the balance that comes in receive and give. I'm bringing those attentions, those thoughts that I have about what this spell is doing. So the card reads about focusing on light, focusing on love, on blessings, on cleansings, and all of the vibrations and the energy that I would like to bring to this sacred space, to my altar. At the time of working this spell, We are coming out of the winter solstice energies. We are going towards the growing sunlight. We're kind of in that middle point where we're still in a space of like personal growth and education, exploring what it is that I want as I'm in the winter of slumber, the winter of rest, the winter of exploring my creativity, asking myself questions about who I am, what my goals are. And so that's the energy that I'm bringing here right now, in addition to what the spell is written out for. Okay, so in my hand right now, I can feel warmth as well as it feels like a suction, as if you're putting your hand over something that has wind in it. And so that is my cue that these herbs are in alignment with me and my intention. So they're already jumping out my hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my hand. I'm gonna get that candle, which I awkwardly had, out of the way. Okay, so I'm gonna take these herbs now, focusing on that balance again between my two hands, working in the clockwise motion, the motion of creation of what it is that I am setting the intention for, and bring these herbs around that candle, letting them fall as they may, and bringing that completion. Okay. So intuitively right now I'm wanting to add water to this, and that isn't in the spell ingredients, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it because that's what my intention is actually asking for. And I have some moon water just off to the side. Okay, so here is my very large jug. It looks bigger in the camera just because how close it is. This is where I keep my moon water. So I'm gonna go ahead and add just a touch of it. Again, I'm just trusting my intuition into bringing this water to the space. It felt like it needed it for balance. It's interesting the way it's laying like that. Let me see if I can square off this a little bit better for you. There you go. Okay, so I it's slowly working around. I am going to have a moment focusing on that intention again, as I'm still adding those workings, the intention setting, the energy from me, connecting with the herbs, now the water, all the materials of this dish, the candle. I feel I want to wait for that water to settle and do what it's going to do. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and light It doesn't say so, but it smells like a scented candle. There's a hint of additional herbs. I'm not sure what they are, but it does smell beautiful. Smell-o-vision, we need it. Okay. And I think I'll let the candle, I think I'll let the camera go, watching this candle do its thing, watching what the herbs do, the water does, as I go ahead now and off camera add my chant. So I am about to go into just a good healthy rhythmic chant, do a little bit of rocking, working that energy into the spell, into the focus of the candle, and into the space exactly as the way the card details. So light the candle and visualize the light reaching out further and further into your sacred space until you can visualize your whole space being filled with the cleansing white light, and feel the positive vibration fill the space. So that's what I'm about to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward with the visual as the candle goes down. Okay, I just realized that there's a hiccup in the recording, so I had to start over again, but the candle is still going. It has not quite finished. I went ahead and pulled a card from the Magical Botanical Oracle deck, and the one that was pulled is Angel's Trumpet. So just show that card to you really fast. It's really a beautiful, beautiful card. Let's go ahead and put that down as I quickly read to you what the card is actually saying to you. So it's number 1 in the entire deck, and it is part of the Venus and Saturn planet energies, and it is part of the element of air. So I'm just going to do the divination aspect of it. So this deck gives you the magical meaning, the plant spirit meaning, and the divination meaning. So on here it reads, when you see Angel's Trumpet come up in a reading, it is time to ask yourself what messages you are not hearing that is urging you to transform. Look at the devils holding their ears as they cannot stand her holy sound. So you can see on here in the upper corner, they're pulling on their own ears to block the sound of her trumpet. What devils or attachments do you need to cast out of your life, allowing you to evolve? Look to the graveyard. To what are you dying? And to what are you being reborn? Let go and trust the process, as you really have no choice. How can the ancestors help you? Who in your lineage is willing to help you speak your truth and offer messages to you? So when I read the entire card, including the divination aspect, I got a lot of thoughts about the fact that we're in that transition right now of letting things go and starting anew with a new year. And one of the big things I think for me personally, when I start a new year, a new project, anything that is new, I have like an outline and a clear picture on what it is that I am focused on, what the goal is. And I generally don't leave myself a lot of space for the unexpected, for any kind of change or any kind of growth along the way of whatever that goal is. And so I think that speaks a lot to my altar here and the magic that I'm working towards for 2025. Particularly with having a YouTube channel and seeing where it takes me. If I can ever become monetized, which would be amazing, or does it stay in the realm of just something of joy that I love to share? That is one aspect of my 2025 thoughts. And I realized that maybe there's in-betweens, and maybe there's other things that this can bring me than just those two realities. Whatever it is that we move into the year of 2025, and the energies that we're bringing to our altar, recognizing what it is that we need to let go. Maybe sometimes we don't want to let it go, but we have full awareness that it's time to let things go, thought processes, habits, ideas that we have, and really open the door for all kinds of new things to come to us. So yeah. Okay, so my candle is just about done, and I'm gonna go ahead and close the video out so I have a few moments of just me and this spell work on our own. So thank you for spending a few moments of your day with me. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day or night wherever you are, and happy witching.